Today is March 17th, which means it's St. Patrick's Day. St. Patrick's Day dates back to the 17th century as a Catholic holiday and a day of feast. As Irish populations immigrated to other parts of the world, they took these traditions with them, and as these traditions spread across the world, they also changed. Nowadays, North Americans celebrate it primarily by appropriating Irish culture and drinking. I'm always worried on St. Patrick's Day, because the last thing I want is to convince all my friends to go out with me, only to end up having a lousy pint. So stick with me, and together, we'll find out where to get the best pint. The first thing to do when trying to learn something new is finding the best people to learn from. And one thing I know for sure is that university students have a lot of experience drinking. When I got to campus, I looked around for anyone celebrating St. Patrick's Day. Luckily, I was able to find a group of people celebrating. They really seemed to be getting into the spirit. A lot of people were wearing green, and several of them even had signs. We ended up overhearing from some people that there was going to be an even bigger gathering downtown. I decided to follow the crowd so I could ask them where the best place to get a pint is. The crowd from campus ended up downtown in front of the legislative building, where there was already a lot of people celebrating St. Patrick's Day. I didn't expect as many people out celebrating together, but some of the people I asked said they weren't surprised by the turnout.
We're not surprised about the turnout.
It's incredible. The turnout is fantastic.
This is a very strong movement, as we can see.
If anything, I was hoping there would be even more students here.
Past 2 weeks, this is all I've been hearing on campus. And frankly, we're here to support the future of New Brunswick. This isn't about post-secondary students. This isn't about high school students. It's not about elementary school students.
The fact that we were able to have the same goal for the first time in a long time says a lot.
There's people spreading the word. It's a great word of mouth.
Since St. Patrick's Day celebrations typically involve drinking in large groups, safety risks and disorder can be a concern. Thankfully, there were a lot of responsible people taking steps to minimize those risks.
All of us were first aid, CPR trained, mental health first aid trained, assist trained. We're maintaining ourselves visible and keeping our eyes peeled for any circumstances that might be going on.
We had some of our executive members who had mental health training, first aid kits ready to go. We also had cars ready so that if there were any emergencies.
There were a lot of traditions that were unfamiliar to me. People kept talking about things that I didn't understand how they related to St. Patrick's Day.
What they put on your plate is not what you have to swallow down all the time.
My education is going to be just as important next year as it is this year.
These are not just students, these are future teachers, doctors, nurses, lawyers, social workers. This is the future of our province right here.
And some of the signs didn't make sense to me. Although everyone was being friendly and talkative, I really needed to find the best place to get a pint. Luckily, everyone I talked to was more than happy to share where they thought the best places were.
There's a circuit that has great cocktails. I'm just talking about my neighborhood there.
Duckies, absolutely duckies.
Limpets Bar and Arcade is the best place in Fredericton.
Tire shack that has super good beer. Then you got the pump house.
The Cardinal Room. That's a good spot. It has really good mocktails.
And there's some good British room, yeah, it's good in Moncton. Probably 83 Bar Arcade, it's like a really cool arcade bar.
Two big flippins where you get a nice Princess Peach and then run some pinball.
Quite a lot of places. We drink a lot. When you think about it,
Some people were starting to leave and go off on their own. So using my newfound knowledge, I figured now is the best time to go to the bars with my friends and find the best pint. Some of the places we went to were quite busy, and others not so much. I made sure to get a drink before all my friends wherever we went, because I was worried they would have a bad pint, and then they wouldn't want to go out anymore. Everyone seemed like they were having a good time. We saw and talked to plenty of interesting people. Some of them also shared where they thought the best pint was.
Zach Greystone, and it's the Mango Diva.
She's asking her mom.
Oh, hickeys.
I think she said Dolan.
Although we had been out all day trying to find the perfect pint, I was feeling like we still hadn't found it, so I decided to do some research. While I was looking up where to get the best pint in Fredericton, I ended up stumbling across some articles about a protest today. It turned out the government was presenting their budget today, and it was making some people unhappy. I also thought one of the people making a video about this looked familiar. I guess people weren't celebrating St. Patrick's Day outside of the legislative building. They were protesting the government's budget. I was feeling a bit conflicted. I thought everyone was celebrating today, but I guess I was the only one trying to find the best pint. I guess no one else had the same hopes as I did. Not knowing what to do, I decided to go back to campus where this all started in search of some answers. But it was late in the day and there wasn't many people around. One of my friends suggested we should ask someone at the Student Union building where to go.
Probably the cellar.
We listened to their advice and went to the cellar, which is the bar on the university campus, and, without much left to do, ended up getting one last pint. It was busier than I thought it would be, but it was nice and quiet at the same time. As the table got their drinks, I sipped on my pint and thought about the day. I spent the whole day asking people where they thought the best pint was, and completely missed the protest that was happening in front of me. I was too focused on my own personal gain than worrying what other people think. But in the end, I think I did end up finding the best place for a pint, because while I was drinking it at the cellar, I was able to reflect on what really made today special. My friends wouldn't be mad if the pint was lousy, because we were all spending time with each other. And if the government does end up cutting funding to the universities, and the cellar has to close down, then how are we supposed to find the best pint?